So I wanted to highlight two of these, and these are not by far all of them, but two of them, the main ones that are currently on the table in the European arena, and that is regulation for an import ban related to goods related to forced labor, and a directive for social corporate due diligence. Now, for those of you who don't work with EU affairs daily, the difference between a regulation is that and a directive is that a regulation has direct binding legal results throughout every member state and immediately enters into force, while the directive needs to be transposed into national law. So that usually takes a little bit longer, but I will get back to these timeframes. So on the background of forced labor, it really comes from the EU's Action Plan on Human Rights and Democracy, which was announced in 2020. Then in 2021, the Commission published guidelines to assist EU businesses in taking appropriate measures to address the risk of forced labor in their operations and supply chains. And that was followed by the general elements of the proposal that were proposed on the 23rd of February 2022 in the Communication on Decent Work Worldwide. And on the right, you see also President von der Leyen in her speech on the State of the Union, where she says that we will propose a ban on products in our market that have been made by forced labor. Human rights are not for sale at any price. So it is not only from a legal perspective, but from a political perspective, something that this Commission has really tied close to its heart and made itself politically dependent on. So it's very much a high priority topic now in Brussels. The scope of this one is different than, because if a lot of people thought it would be comparable to the one on deforestation that was just agreed on the 6th of December, but this one is quite different. This one will have a much broader scope in terms of products. It's not commodity related, but it's for any product that can be valued in money and is capable of forming the subject of commercial transactions. So basically any product put on the market, whether it's extracted, harvested, produced, or manufactured.
And
now,
Ruben, it's for products produced in Europe and imported, right? It's everything, or?
It's yes. So in that sense, it's comparable to the deforestation regulation. That it's also for products, of course, especially outside of the EU, but also inside the EU.
Thanks.
This one already foresees delegated acts, which was not the case for deforestation. And it's aimed at those who place it on the market, meaning making it first available of a product on the union market, or who supply it as a product for distribution, consumption, or use on the union market. So basically a very, very wide scope. Another difference is that this is not really a content regulation in the sense of that it directs itself to the companies on what they should do, but it's more aimed at the member states, and it gives a guide, a timeline. And here you see the timeline. You don't have to take pictures. I will send this presentation to Marike so she can distribute it to all the participants to this seminar. This is basically what the proposal says. It outlines the timeline, the procedure for when there is an indication of non-compliance, which can be made by a third party through risk indicators of the Commission itself, the database that the Commission is going to make, or other external third parties. So somebody says there's non-compliance, there's a risk. We have an indication that there's forced labor involved in this product, and then this timeline starts to work where the member state has to make an assessment, then request information, company can reply, preliminary investigation, and into an investigation. So this is kind of tries to make it as transparent as possible for companies also what the process will be.